Marconi.
A great friend notices when you're missing a tooth.
Nick.
If you were to pass away, where would I stop to pee when I'm driving through Chicago?
I'm just a pee hole to you.
Tiny.
Oh man, I'm so excited. Everything is so cool. They even your name's on everything too.
Marconi, Nick, and Tiny.
I don't have a shirt on and I'm holding a loaf of bread over my head.
Back together.
Greetings, podcast compadres, and welcome to Back Together, a podcast I do with my friends.
Yeah, bitches, yeah!
My name is Marconi. I didn't have the patience to run an international crime syndicate anymore, so here I am, along with my four-legged father to 5 kids that takes his lattes at room temperature, Nick Miles.
All right, I'm ready.
And you can never forget one half of the National Tag Team Eating Champions and world-renowned ham-grilling breakfast chef, Tiny.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yes, welcome to another episode. We need to start out by doing a little housekeeping.
Housekeeping?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that when I take the garbage out.
Yeah, yes.
Is that the same?
Well, a little bit, because it's basically business about the podcast. Here's a couple of items. One is a website redesign. I don't know if you noticed that. We made sure that backtogetherpod.com was as good as it could possibly be. So I was wondering, because Tiny, and this is no slam to you, because the reason I say this is because you admittedly are not the expert on social media sometimes, right?
No, I'm absolutely not. I can save a life and I can deliver a baby, but if you want me to retweet or share something, it's beyond me.
You're a beautiful human being, and like you said, you can save lives, and you're beloved in real life, which is to me way more important than anything on social media. But
I just don't understand how to the tweeting is still the worst, but this Instagram, it's really fun to look at, but I just don't know how to interact with it.
I think part of it is that you are, working long-ass days, and you also are busy putting together your OnlyFans account.
God, so much uploading and powders and yeast, so much.
Wigs.
Yeah, wigs.
So having said all that, what I want you to do is go to backtogetherpod.com.
Okay,
That's our website for our podcast. And is it up and going already?
Pod. Is it a .net or a .com?
It's a .com, come on.
Okay.
Backtogetherpod.com.
It's like his first day.
Why is it not a .org? Oh, look, we're right there.
Okay, so now, Andy, when you look at this page, what do you see?
So when it got done loading, I noticed right off the bat the big words "back together," and then I saw my name, and then Marconi, and then Nick, and then I saw the episodes in chronological order. I feel like this is easy to use because all the buttons, I know what these do. Like this Instagram, that's going to take me to the Back Together Pod Instagram page. The
right.
Facebook, same thing, but Facebook. And then this stupid bird is going to go to the Twitter part of it. And then the TikTok. Oh, we have a TikTok?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, we
You're
got
on
one of those?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Hot diggity dog. What's the one next to the TikTok?
That is that the Messenger
Facebook,
or messaging.
Facebook Messenger? Okay,
it can be Messenger or just email, whatever.
Oh, we have an email too? Nick, we're professional. Did you do that?
Next we'll be getting door plates and business cards.
Okay, and then I saw the radio alternative button. That's one of the main ones.
Yeah. And what
I like that one because it has color.
All right. So far, you have described this perfectly. Now, you see all the things, you see the player, and right below that, there are other buttons. Do you see those?
Yep. Yeah, are those all of our affiliates?
I think there are streaming sources.
Yeah, tell us what you see there and what you think they are.
I recognize 2 of them. I recognize Spotify. I know Spotify and then the iHeartMedia one. There's the one in between those is like a cheese grater.
Tie-up print.
And then there's an Apple podcast icon there. And then
What one's that one? Is that the one all the way to the left?
Yes, to the left. And then the one all the way to the right is Stitcher, and then the star is Spreaker. Those are all the platforms you can find us on.
Oh, the Spreaker one, that looks like a star, but it also looks like a chicken opening its mouth.
A star which is disabled. It's like a star drawn by a 3-year-old.
Now, and I don't know, are you on a mobile device, Andy? Or are you on a desktop?
He's on a laptop.
No, I'm on neither.
Okay.
A laptop.
Desktop, laptop. All right. So now you see at the very top where it says home, and then in the corner it says explained.
Ooh, what's been explained?
Yeah, click on that.
Oh! There's more. There's buttons, and then there's us, and we can. Oh, dude, and you can scroll down even. There's a lot going on right here.
Why do you have water coming out of your ears in the picture?
Yeah, it looks like you're squirting.
Your ears are squirting water.
You want to come do that on my OnlyFans?
That's because I'm laughing so hard at you guys that water is coming out all of my orifices.
Marconi,
There are
Nick,
other
and
holes.
Tiny.
A brief history, yeah.
Marconi, Nick, and Tiny had a popular radio show. After it ended and they all went their separate ways, they stayed in contact, doing occasional podcast renditions from time to time. Once, in an unprecedented act of love at a going-away party hosted by Nick, Marconi and Tiny, who hadn't seen each other in years, hugged for what was considered to be the longest non-sexual hug between two men in all-time history, just shy of 3 hours and 30 minutes. We don't know what was discussed, but there were tears of joy, and witnesses say lots of visible groping occurred. Some think Nick planned the whole thing. Nick is now our auto expert and travels the world test driving and reporting on the latest things with 4 wheels on local and national television. He's been known to bring donuts to the TV anchors he works with in the hopes to fatten them up so he looks skinny in comparison. Tiny is a medical assistant doctor and has the great fortune of staring into the darkest caverns and crevices of the human body each day. He also is part of a self-proclaimed championship eating tag team with Nick. Marconi, having no discernible skills other than talking into a microphone, continues his quest to be the last person still to be doing radio. He also is a voiceover artist for commercials, movie trailers, and one-act plays for troubled teens and more. If you're hearing voices, one of them might be his. As well as all of that, he's been known to clog toilets in multiple hotels all over the world.
This is how the podcast came together.
After years of talking about it, Marconi, Nick, and Tiny decided it's time to join forces again, back together for one final podcast. These 3 have a seemingly endless love for one another and are always fascinated with every aspect of each other's lives. Nick and Tiny meet at Nick's studio each week where Nick prepares delicious home-cooked meals to fuel them through recording episodes of the podcast. Sometimes, if you listen, not even that closely, you can hear slurping mouth sounds of enjoyment. You can literally hear them getting fatter. It's science. Marconi is on house arrest, maybe, set up in a secret location below the Earth's surface. Rumors are that he possibly lives in his rich Aunt Marquita's basement with 2 cats in a rural community near Wilmington, Virginia. That has never been confirmed, but seems completely plausible. One thing is for certain, these 3 are here for a silly goose time each week. After 20 years of friendship, their only goal is to make each other laugh. If you get it too, congratulations. You're one of the chosen few.
Bars. You got rhymed and everything.
Do we have 20 years of friendship?
Well, of course we do.
What about the
What do you
small
mean?
period that we weren't friends?
Oh, you like to bring that up. I mean, that was, that's a lot of stuff. I mean, do you want to talk about that? We can.
I mean, I don't know what there is to say.
No, we're not talking about that. No, damn it, we're not talking about that. No, we're not. No, we're not. No, we're not. Not today.
Nick, you mentioned you're the reason I said 20 years. If you want to take it back, I can scale it back down and be exact. and do the math perfect if you need it that way.
The biggest problem is that I tell some people I'm only 28. That means that we were friends since we've been 8, or I've been 8.
That's right. We're 8 years old, and we rescued you from England. We kidnapped you and brought you to America.
As you need to be rescued from England.
Is somebody opening a package right now?
Fatty's filling his face.
No. No, there's no crinkling. No, nobody's opening anything.
What grade would you give the new website redo for BackTogetherPod.com?
Like a 9.9.
No, wait. Now is Nick opening packaging?
I'm just crinkling his package.
Get off
Oh, that sounds wrong.
I feel like this website is really done well, and I appreciate all the buttons.
Because buttons make everything good, right?
Yeah, it's easy to navigate.
See, and that comes from Andy, who says he may not be the web social media guru. If he can figure it out, you can probably figure it out. So, go check it out, BackTogetherPod.com. The other thing is, it has to do with another website, Andy, is that we're streaming now 24/7 on RadioAlternate.com, on iOS apps and Alexa skills, all that kind of stuff.
That's the yellow button on the website, by the way.
That's right. That's how you know it's the yellow button on the website.
Yeah.
Why don't we just really quick check in to see what's happening on the stream as we're recording this podcast episode?
Oh, that'd be really cool.
A couple empty bottles, and then you could just switch, flip it, reverse it, and then take pictures with the left one that has hair on it. So you get the best of both worlds. You get pancakes with syrup and pancakes without. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a great
I like
one.
that.
Yeah.
And do on one of them, like the shaved one, maybe paint my nails?
Yes. Yep, and I recommend a French tip on the feet because...
Yeah. Man, we're funny.
I don't even remember that.
Well, you're supposed to forget each episode when we're done. That's right. That's how it works.
I have therapy for that very reason.
Well, now hold on. Wait a minute. So you're telling me on the Radio Alternate, the yellow button on our website, when you click that, you get us all the time?
Yes. All the time now.
All the time.
24/7. Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be exhausting. I'm happy about it.
Well, the thing I thought was, some people listen on demand and that's their way. And then some people listen casually and maybe just want something like while they're brushing their teeth or something real quick. I really, truly feel that we're already kind of there, right, Nick? In most vehicles, Alexa skills can be accessed in your car, right?
Yeah. A lot of these cars either have the app that works in them or like Lamborghini where Alexa is actually the activated voice. So in a Lamborghini, Alexa runs everything, the temperature, everything in a car.
Oh, I say one of the girls that I'm dating, she bought Alexa for her car, and it looks like it's like something she puts where you put the car freshener thing.
By the way, just really quick, click that yellow button, Tiny, just so you can see the radio alternate, what I did there.
Whoa! Did you do this too?
Yeah.
You did such a good job at this. Oh, I clicked and we're talking about my butthole. Go figure. Yeah, listen. We're on live. This is so cool. You did this?
Yeah, and Andy, if you are in somebody's vehicle or anywhere that Alexa is around, you can do this. Here, turn the volume down if you can.
Okay.
Alexa, play the alternate radio.
Marconi, Nick and Tiny are back together, streaming 24/7 on RadioAlternate.com. This is the alternate. Radio forward.
Oh, I made it!
Andy, turn me on to this new show. It's an animated series called Midnight Gospel.
You guys heard it. Did you guys hear that?
From what I can tell,
The robot lady said my name. Man, I feel like I've made it.
The evolution of radio is always continuing, and I feel like if we have ourselves on a stream now, when people start realizing that, this is the wave of the future, we'll already have been there.
Oh man, I'm so excited. Everything is so cool. They even your name's on everything too. You should be excited as well.
So essentially, Radio Alternate is our official radio station.
We have a radio station?
Yes, we have our own station now.
What? I feel like I just figured out like I got it because some kind of inheritance or something. I have a radio station with y'all? Wow, man, that's so cool. Nick, we're on the internet, dude. Nick, did you hear what he said? We have our own radio station.
It's like his first day.
Like all the haters. I hope everybody listens. Take that, third grade teacher. I have my own radio station.
Before we continue, we do have a sponsor that we need to mention, Andy, and I know it's one that's near and dear to your heart because they always say a good friend tells you when there's something in your teeth, right? And I feel that a great friend notices when you're missing a tooth and touches it up in your photo with the Retooth app. Download the Retooth app today and help your toothless friends by filling their gum holes. Yeah, Andy, have you experienced the benefits of the Retooth app in your life?
I have firsthand. I went from a toothless monster to a full-toothed hero in one click.
That's right. So download the Retooth app today in whatever place you get your apps from. So, Andy, I know, we had this on one of our first episodes, how you lost one of your teeth. And if you haven't listened to that, just go to the Missing Tooth episode on backtogetherpod.com. Andy, have you done anything by way of following up with the person that currently has possession of tooth number 32?
Yeah, I text her, and then I got some really weird message back that I think was translated from Google to South Korean. And it just said something about never text my daughter again. We're holding your tooth hostage. Go away.
So how do you get it back?
This is going to have to be, good old street justice. I'm going to have to go knocking on some doors and I'm going to have a talk to her with her dad. It didn't, I would have let it slide if he wouldn't have said we're holding your tooth hostage. Like, my tooth is not the victim here. You know what I mean? It's me. So I'm going to go rescue my tooth.
Right. Your tooth needs to be back home.
But in the meantime, I used the Retooth app daily.
Here's an odd story. It came up this week that women are less likely to date men with cats in their profile picture.
Obvious to me.
I thought it was very odd. It's strange because somehow cats is still an allowed form of bullying for people. Like, people make fun of you if you have cats. And being a person who's always had cats myself, I feel personally attacked here. Now, what they're specifically talking about is some guys will have professional photos taken of themselves holding their cats for their dating apps. And my first thought was, imagine caring what someone on a dating app really thinks of you. If they don't like that, then why you wouldn't want to be with them anyway? Wouldn't you just want to be yourself to meet someone that thinks the same way you do?
Yeah, I do. That's what I think.
But I feel Nick doesn't have that same thought.
I'll sit this one out.
Oh, wait, I'll just insert the drop again. Yep, couldn't agree more. Is that what you want me to do?
The research has been done, and the general populace of America,
700 women were surveyed,
finds it undesirable.
It's okay to bully people if they have a cat in their photo.
I have trouble with women sending me topless photos, but...
But you're not looking for that. The thing I'm saying is, these guys aren't looking for people that hate cats either. Just swipe left.
Right.
No, left. I said left.
I think it's hilarious that you would spend time putting your cat in a photo. I don't know.
Tell me that you haven't ever, you've taken pictures, you have professional photos with you and your dogs.
I know. I have me and cars.
Toya?
Dogs. Yeah, but they weren't like...
Toya?
They weren't...
Your favorite dog ever, Toya?
Yeah, they weren't the pictures that you would...
You went to a studio and had them taken, am I right?
It wasn't for publicity, or it was like for family.
You've kept it hidden from everyone to see.
No, but I didn't have it for a dating app.
Let's be honest, if you did put that on Grindr, it'd probably work for you.
Probably. I'd be interested to know what profile pictures get get swiped right the most?
The ones with the guy on the boat, shirtless, with a fish over his head.
Mine's,
you say this.
I don't have a shirt on, and I'm holding a loaf of bread over my.
So, Andy, how was your restaurant visit on Saturday?
My what?
How was your restaurant visit on Saturday?
How did you know I went out restaurant Saturday?
Just answer the question. Don't answer it with another question. How was your restaurant visit on Saturday?
Were you watching me eat?
Well, that's something I like to do on my downtime. But no, I wasn't
fetish.
there.
So how long were you there watching me
I
eat?
know I wasn't there. I promise you I wasn't there.
How did you know I was there?
How was the visit? Answer that question first.
It was actually horrible.
Why?
It was the worst, one of the worst experiences I've ever had in my life.
Why? So who were you there with? What were you doing?
Nick? What did you do?
He doesn't have to.
No, just tell me what your night was like. Walk me through it.
Well, it was horrible. I went out with a horrible date. How did you know I went out on Saturday night?
We'll get there in a minute. We'll get there in a minute. Come on.
Well,
continue.
it's up because there's so many things that now are like intertangling. Like y'all were brought up.
First of all, walk me through the night. How did it go?
We met. It was awkward. We hugged. She smelled like patchouli.
No, that's a downer for me.
So I'm still. How the hell did you know?
Look, we're gonna get there.
All right, okay. So we met. Everything was fine. It was, blah, blah. I'm Andy. Nice to meet you, whoever you are. And the small talk's fine. It's great, cool. She even. I just can't stop thinking about you watching me eat. Okay, so we get to the restaurant and we're talking, and she. So I hated that night. So she starts talking and she goes, "So I have a confession to make," and I was like, "Oh, here we come. Here we go." I go, I wanted to. Never mind. So she said, "I have a confession to make," and I said, "Okay, yeah, what? What now?" And she said, "I Googled you." And I said, "Well, okay, that's vague. What did you find? How do I'm thinking in my head, how do I get out of this? Evasive maneuvers." So she looks at me and she goes, "Well, I Googled you and I just wanted to know." And she's referring to when
man.
we were,
What a weird thing to bring up on a date.
I know, right? So she brings that up and I'm immediately off put. So mad. And I said, that happened like 16 years ago. I don't really feel like the last time I've had to explain myself was in middle school. So I don't really feel like talking about this.
Yeah.
And so she was like, "Okay, yeah, I can respect that. It's just, I wanted to ask you, face to face." And it completely changed the mood and the vibe of the date. It was so awkward.
Sure.
And then all of a sudden, the entire staff of the restaurant comes to my table, and as cheesy as can be, "Whose birthday is it?" And I just look up and I'm like, "If you don't hurry up and get the out of my face, Jeff, I swear to God." And before I could even say anything, they went into the and 3, 2, 1, and then did their happy birthday thing. My birthday is not till almost the end of the year. And hers, I don't give a when her birthday is. But it wasn't her birthday that day. So picture me, I'm pissed off eating my tilapia with haste. And she's eating her food. It's super awkward. And we're getting sang happy birthday to with a piece of cake in the middle between us. So Nick, since it wasn't my birthday and it wasn't her birthday, how did they know it was a birthday at that specific table, Nick?
So
At that specific reservation, Nick.
yeah.
Yeah, at that time, Nick.
So when you left last week, you left yourself logged onto the computer, and
Oh, come on.
and your open table reservation popped up, and so I just changed a few things and said it would be really important that during the main course you bring cake and sing.
Come on. Are you kidding me? What? What? Oh my God.
Well,
Nick.
happy birthday, buddy.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I told him too.
Was the cake at least delicious?
The cake was good. I told Jeffrey, though, straight up, I'm like, dude, I'm not paying for any of this, so you can carry this cake back to the thing. He just left it for us because he knew the whole restaurant could feel the awkwardness, and I'm just sitting there looking at this chick like, I swear to God, if you did this. I was so mad at her.
Sorry,
You were
buddy.
mad you were even, like, she'd already made a comment, you were upset with her, and then you thought maybe there might be a chance that she also did the birthday cake thing?
Well, yeah, because she was super into me leading up to this situation, so I thought she would do something like that.
Yeah, so now, even though she asked a question that you felt was tacky, which it was, now that that's out of the way, though, is she a nice person? Will you go out with her again?
No, absolutely not. I told her after that night, I said, hey, I got a weird vibe, bye, and I just left. Yeah, we drove separately.
Did I help somehow drive you apart?
No, I was so mad. I was sitting there eating my tilapia, getting happy birthday sang to me while all I wanted to do was get out of there.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Listen, you could have been married for 20 years and then found out you really hated her. So all I did was save you 20 years of pain and anguish.
Yeah, thanks, Nick.
Tiny, just look at it on the other hand. At least Nick didn't introduce you to your ex-wife.
Yeah.
You can thank me for that later, too. I kind of forced you two together, too, didn't I?
You did? Yes. I mean, he gave you a piece of birthday cake that wasn't on your birthday. I was forced into a marriage.
I forced you into a marriage? Wait.
I did.
What?
I did get the better end of the deal, didn't I?
Here's the deal. Like, it's complicated what to do when someone leaves their email open, right? Because
you could just close it.
Yeah, you got to do something that's funny.
Yeah, Nick.
You got to do something that's funny enough that actually has. It's sort of funny enough for things to happen, but it's not funny enough to screw them over. We have a friend who left her email open at the house, and one of the things that we did was she left her Facebook open. And I put on her Facebook, I said, this has been a really hard time for me, but I have suddenly decided that the best thing is to be very honest about things. And I know you've all been like wondering about this, and because I'm nearly 40 years old, but the truth is I'm a lesbian. And I did that on her Facebook, and the responses were just more than $1 billion of hilarious. There were things like, oh, we've always known, but we're really proud of you for coming out. And it was like 20 or 30 responses until she got to it and went, I'm not a lesbian, and off Nick, basically. The comments were even funnier.
Well, having said all that and hearing what Nick is willing to do if you leave your Facebook or your email open, he has no sense of what privacy really is. Andy, would that be a appropriate summation?
Yeah, I co-sign that. Absolutely.
Yeah, so maybe I made a mistake in leaving Nick as the person in charge of my legacy for Facebook. You have a choice of giving somebody the control of your Facebook when you die, a memorialization setting. So Nick can then go on and say, Fatty died, in lieu of flowers, feed his cats, something like that.
Yeah.
And but I left Nick that control, and I feel now I may have made a huge mistake.
Yeah, you may want to switch your settings.
What are you going to care if you're dead?
Actually, it would probably be funny. I'm going to be upset if that happens and I miss whatever prank Nick pulls on me when I'm dead.
No, the sort of thing I would do, because I'm twisted and mentally challenged, is I'd put on there, I knew I was going to be dead now. I programmed this message to post after I was dead. I have a massive list of the people I really hate, and we'll post that next week. Please watch this space. Or something like that,
And also, or something like, hey, Marconi died. Man, he loved to laugh.
I could see Nick doing some really stupid stuff, like having your wake or whatever, and having your casket there, and when you open up the casket, it's triggered so you would sit up with the opening of the casket.
Yeah, that's the sort of thing.
I feel like that is a huge thing to bequeath on someone.
Bequeath.
A memorialization.
Bequeath.
I mean, when you're giving somebody the legacy controls of your Facebook page or anything like that, I don't know if you got a notification when that happened or anything like that, because it was a while ago. I can't think of anyone that I trust more than Nick. He knows so many of my dark secrets that I keep in the caverns of my soul.
I have so many questions. First of all, what's wrong with you? That's my. I mean, honestly, why would you give me control to anything? I know. Here's the deal: like, if you were to die, it would be very. I mean, one of the things that I would physically notice in my life, if you were to pass away, and I would really notice this. Where would I stop to pee when I'm driving through Chicago?
I'm just a pee hole to you.
Yes.
Oh, there's another one. I'm just a pee hole. I can't get that on my Tinder profile fast enough.
Little did I know that when I joined Kaiser Permanente that it would be on my top 10 list for what has made this year great. I can see my physician, I can be referred to the lab, I can then be referred to the pharmacy, all in the same building. You've got it all. I mean, it's quality of care, it's compassion of care, it's convenience of care. It's terrific.
Every medical case is unique. Kaiser Foundation Health Plan of the Mid-Atlantic States, 2101 East Jefferson Street, Rockville, Maryland, 20852.
Everybody, you guys love games, right?
Yeah.
Very much.
I feel like one of those guys working a crowd trying to get their enthusiasm built up.
Okay, ask me.
I can't hear you.
Ask me again.
Do you guys enjoy games?
Woo! Yeah, games. Yeah, bitches. Yeah.
I enjoy the games that I play with women.
Well, I have a game here, and it's called Know Your Bro, and it'll be questions betwixt Nick and Tiny, separate questions about the other person, and the one at the end with the most correct, obviously, they'll win.
I'm so ready. I've been doing stretches all day.
All right, the first questions are for Nick.
Okay.
Question number 1, what is Tiny's middle name?
The same as the famous scientist. It is Isaac, as in Isaac Newton.
That's right, like Isaac Newton,
you know
Andy.
it.
And question number 2 for Nick, where did Tiny go to high school?
Oh, that's very easy.
No.
Because what do you mean? No, it's not easy.
It's not easy.
My gut always tells me I want to answer. Do you think he went to high school? But that we know he did.
I did.
He went to Park Road.
Whoa, Nick, you know, Nick. So you messing with my dates, getting in my emails. What's my social security number?
544.
I like how Nick says Park Rose. By the way, say it again.
Park Rose.
All right, here's question number 3 for Nick. What does Tiny call his thick calves? What is the nickname he has for his thick calves?
Is it? I'm thinking of a pork product. Is it ham hocks?
No.
Oh.
We've mentioned it on a previous episode
I got it
recently.
Meat channels?
Yeah!
Ding, 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 ding.
Andy, are you giving him the answers?
No, not at all. I'm trying to gauge how good his Christmas present's going to be this year.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm not...
Here's question number 4 for Nick about Tiny. What family member, this is very sad and I apologize for bringing it up, Andy. What family member died on the day Tiny was born?
Oh. I don't know this, but I'm going to take a wild guess. Was it his grandfather?
No, wrong genitalia. It was my grandma.
All right.
My grandma hung on just long enough to hold me, and then she pieced out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wrong genitalia.
It was a vagina, not a penis.
Yeah. Close.
All right, Nick, now without looking on the internet or anything like that, question number 5 for Nick about Tiny. What was the last thing Tiny posted on his Instagram?
Oh, yeah, Nick.
I'm going to take a wild stab because I don't look at his Instagram that often. But I'm going to...
Why not?
Because I usually only look at... I have so many accounts. I only usually look at the Instagram.
Right,
Oh, my
right.
God.
We get it, yeah.
I would say that it was the Back Together podcast.
Tiny?
He's looking it up now because he doesn't know. So I win anyway.
No, Nick, it wasn't that.
Was
it was me flexing with the Lamborghini.
Oh.
It was 3 pictures. It was going to be my 3 mixtape covers.
Yeah, Tiny is squatting next to the Lamborghini. I don't know why. Seeing you squat makes me happy.
I was only one off. The picture before that, because I just looked because he had it on his phone. The picture before that was of the podcast.
Yeah.
So,
and what was the one before that?
The one before that is him and what he would look like if he was 300 pounds lighter.
Oh, Nick.
You mean his best friend, Jesse?
Yeah. That's my best
Jesse
friend.
and I are friends on Facebook, too.
You leave my friends alone.
Nick, do you even know Andy at all? Seriously, come on.
Yeah,
all right. Okay, one
I do,
more.
because when he arrives here every week, he goes, "How did you know that was my favorite food you just cooked?"
Yeah, you are pretty psychic.
He's a food psychic.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Final question for Nick. Number 6. What was Tiny's DJ name in college?
If you don't know this.
Oh, we've talked about it a bunch of times. This was on the Mount Hood Community College station, right?
Yep. I used it to try and pick up chicks all the time, and it was horrible.
The first episode with Andy, when we first did our episodes together on this version of our podcast, we specifically did a bit about it.
That was, by the way, what was the name of that station? KDMX? KDMX?
Yeah, it was something.
That was the first station I was ever program director of, just to let you know. Big Chomper or something like that. But
Big Chonker?
Chomper.
I'm sorry. So, Tiny?
It was Big Love, baby. Big Love.
We have T-shirts made with Big Love on.
How did you get Big Love wrong? In fact, Tiny initially was your intern.
Yeah.
And he came to you, and I believe he called himself Big Love at the beginning of his internship.
Yeah, but you know, the first day in his interview, I said, that isn't going to work for us. You'll be Tiny. Thanks. Bye. You're hired.
Yeah, I got hired on the spot.
Okay. So out of 6, Nick got 3 out of 6, right?
No, 4 out of 6. I got the only one I didn't get is Instagram and then Big Love. Everything else I got right? Oh no, grammar I didn't get.
You didn't get his so you got 3 out of 6. Nick,
I'm half
you
a friend.
Half right. Okay.
I'm only half right.
I feel, Andy, your chances are very strong in this situation. I mean,
I feel very confident. I'm not as versed in Nick's mouth movements as I am with you, but I know all about them.
All right. Questions for Tiny about Nick. Question number 1. Where did Nick live before coming to America?
Wappingford, England.
That is incorrect.
I know it's incorrect. It's because it's Wappingford. That was a joke. But you came from...
I took your first answer.
You came from St. Petersburg.
No.
You came from London.
No.
France.
No.
No.
No, you came from... I don't remember.
Before
came
to America.
Oh, it's a
Nick
trick question.
Moved here from
Maple
Canada.
Leaf.
I went to school at the University of Okanagan.
But when did you come out of the vagina? In Canada?
No. I moved from Canada. If I moved from England to Canada, Canada to the United States.
So you were pushed out of the vagina in England.
Yes.
Where in England?
In Nottingham, England.
Nottingham? That's a made up. That's
Nottingham
not even a place.
Forest.
Nick,
Robin Hood.
grow
Nottingham
up.
Forest.
He was born in a forest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With just a pail of warm water and a twig.
No, there was no water. We were too poor.
Oh, all right. So you got that one wrong. It's okay. You still have 5 to go.
Yeah,
and Nick only got 3 of yours right. So you only need to get 4 to win.
Okay.
All right. So here's question number 2, Andy. What is Nick's middle name?
John.
That's the easy one.
Yes, John.
That's it. Yeah.
John.
All right. Question number 3. And by the way, that's after your dad, right, Nick?
Yeah, his dad is a absolute.
People always ask me, what's the J stand for? And I was like, Jehovah. They're like, really?
Yeah.
Number 3. Name 3 of Nick's chocolate labs.
No chance.
Oh.
No chance.
The newest one, Sam.
We named one. Yeah, Samwise. We named one of them specifically in this podcast earlier.
Yeah, Toya.
Actually, that's not correct.
It's not.
Toya was not a chocolate lab.
So Sam.
Yeah.
And then the one you had before Sam.
Yep. Yeah, but she wasn't called the one you had before, Sam.
I remember her name though, but I don't. And then the one you had before that one.
You don't remember her name?
I don't.
To make you feel any better, Nick, do you know what Andy's dog's name was?
The boxer.
Yeah.
Magnus.
All right.
Yeah.
Bitches.
Yeah.
So it was Toya was my black lab, and then my first chocolate lab was Cricket. And then Samurai.
Cricket.
Cricket Picket.
Yeah, how did I forget Cricket Picket? Yeah, of course. I'm a horrible friend.
No,
You're so
fine.
the first two you got wrong, you could still win, technically.
Yeah.
You still have 4 questions left, and that's all you need, but you can't get any more wrong.
I won't. Watch this.
All right?
No, wait, he only has 3 questions.
Here we go.
He got the second one right. He got my middle name right.
He has to get the next 3 all right.
Yeah,
so
to
here we
win.
go. Question number 4. Name Nick's favorite singer.
Elton John.
Yeah!
Yeah, I win.
That is correct. Now, number 5 is more of a descriptive answer, so it's hard to get it wrong because we've all seen Nick's Our Auto Expert videos. They're very professionally done. Andy, you've been in many of them.
Mm-hmm.
Tiny, can you please describe Nick's wardrobe for his television appearances?
Oh, gladly. Starting from the bottom, there's usually a crisp pair of Adidas or Pumas. Every once in a while, there's some, I think he used to own a pair of Asics maybe, but usually some Pumas or Adidas on the bottom. Crisp out of the box. A pair of custom jeans that only like really 100 people know, and they're very expensive. When he does wear underwear, it's usually Gucci. And he has a sensible top, but he always wears like an overcoat or like a lab jacket or like a very sporty or a very sensible overling over the shirt. And there's a button up, of course, Gucci belt, Gucci socks, and then he always wears an ascot instead of like a tie or a boat or like a bow tie.
Yes.
There's the infamous trademarked Nick Miles ascot.
So he got only about half right.
No,
They never wear Pumas. Always Adidas.
well, I just seen it one time.
He
I
did
said
say Adidas, though.
The black jeans, correct. The socks, every pair of socks I own, I'll take you to my sock drawer.
The Union Jacks.
Union Jack socks.
Yeah.
And
But he just said it before you even said it.
right, but he had finished his answer, and then I do wear the button-down shirt and cravat. But what else do I always wear?
A jacket?
No.
Think of the Bitmoji. Think of the Bitmoji,
What do
Andy.
I always wear? No, don't look it up on the internet, you fucking cheat.
I'm not.
Stop.
Glasses.
No, not the glasses.
What?
I always wear something over the shirt. What is it?
A bib? I don't know. The ascot thing?
A Tommy Hilfiger vest.
Oh, yeah, it's for you. I see. I knew there was an overcoat. It's,
All right,
yeah, it's
so
always
you
Tommy
cannot
Hilfiger.
get one wrong now. You cannot get another one wrong.
I get a half of that.
No, you don't get half. There's no halvesies.
I feel like he got enough of that right.
No,
Nick.
Yeah.
I am not losing.
I disagree. All right, question number 6, Tiny. I feel that you got number 5 correct. Nick wants to fight it out, so maybe we will. All right, here we go. Question number 6. Where did Nick get the majority of his dental work done?
OHSU student dentists.
Correct.
Ding, 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 ding. You know, you could have saved
In
a lot
the
of money.
US.
You could have saved a lot of money using the Retooth app.
Go to retoothApp.com and find yours. So how many is that? You got the first one wrong. Let's see. Second one you got right.
Nope,
Great.
I got 4.
Great.
4. I'm the better friend.
I mean, even if we
I
give
think the
Tiny a
connection's
half
going out.
on number 5, I'm gonna have to say at least he got 3.5 correct, Nick. So he beat you
There's
by
no
a half.
point.
Ding, 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 ding. Tiny is the winner.
Just shows I don't care about him.
So thank you for playing. No, you're broke. All right, it's time now for closing arguments. This is when we give our summations. We tell you what we think, what we may have learned, how we feel, and then we get the hell out of your life and come back and again next week. Nick, did you learn anything from today's episode?
Yeah, I don't give a flying about Tiny, apparently.
No.
That's not really how he feels.
It's not how I feel, but
believe
apparently the evidence is in. The survey's been done, and the results are posted.
We've learned that you can't leave your email open around Nick or any other social media or anything. He will take full advantage of that. Andy, how do you feel about that?
That was the absolute worst. I mean, I'm not like for real mad, because you can't be a jokester like the three of us and then get mad when a joke's on you.
Wait, just stop. Just for a sec. Just stop. I want to recap this date for you for a second.
Yeah.
She smelt weird.
Yeah.
She was offensive.
Yeah.
She was shallow.
Mm-hmm.
Those three things I couldn't change. But you got free cake.
What a friend.
Shut the up.
What a friend. You know, that's a good way to look at it. Nick made my date
when you
better
think about it,
by giving me cake.
Please.
If that was included in the game today, Nick would have probably won by at least half a point.
Just saying, so I actually am a winner. My school teachers are all wrong.
I know you guys have lives and you do a lot of things, so I always appreciate when we can spend time together. It makes my week, and I really look forward to it. So I just wanted you guys to know that, first of all. And second of all, is there anything you'd like to add to the end of today's episode?
Yeah.
Yes.
Tiny is like Clorox for my palate.
Yeah. I clean holes. I have a closing statement.
Yes.
I just want everyone to know that you can't call your doctor's office and ask for a letter that says I don't have to wear a mask when there's nothing wrong with you. I talked to a woman who wanted a mask because her wanted a letter saying it was medically necessary for her to not use a mask just because it didn't look right with her outfits. Oh. And I've never been so mad in my entire life. So, one...
Even madder than you were when you were on your date?
Oh, yeah, I was way madder because she was totally acting entitled. And, my friend has one that says she doesn't have to wear it.
full-on Karen?
Yeah, she was full-on Karen. And it was fun that I got to tell her no. But just smoke some weed and don't ask your doctor to do something stupid.
I agree. Yeah. Nick, what about you?
Hey, listen, I think that in some ways I am learning something every day thanks to the education of COVID. Until COVID came around, I had a completely different visual impression of what a super spreader was.
I just have one thing to add, and it's something I do for myself because I feel like you have to do self-love, sometimes. Keep a bag, like a go bag full of salami under your desk. And in case you ever need to quickly go eat a bag of salami on short notice.
Oh, solid.
I don't like mine sliced, though. I like the whole thing.
Yeah, I just like to gnaw at the log.
Nog Laura. Log Nora.
What was?
I just like to gnaw on the log.
Marconi, Nick, and Tiny. Back together. Find full episodes everywhere you get your podcasts at backtogetherpod.com.